as China reports economic data month after month, we believe China's economic recovery is on track. However, the Chinese stock market in the recent days have been extremely volatile. If you just look at the Shanghai index from the peak reached on August 3rd till last week, the market actually fell by some 20%. Many of the investors I speak to around the world say that the Shanghai index has become the single most watched benchmark in the world. Actually, very few foreign investors can invest in the Shanghai market itself. Why has it become one of the most watched benchmarks around the world? And that reason is the Shanghai stock market is now considered a leading indicator of future economic performance and perhaps upcoming Chinese government policy. Now, in the recent weeks, we're hearing from the central government that they will maintain the moderately loose monetary policy and active fiscal policy. However, the stock market in China seems to have some doubts about those assurances. Let's take a look at the stock market. I have just 4 lines here. The line on top is the China's CSI 300. That's a composite index for Shanghai and Shenzhen. As you can see, from October of 2008 till today, that stock market that index obviously rallied until August 3rd. Since then, it dropped some 20%, and we saw a small rebound on Thursday and Friday of last week. The orange line just beneath that is the Hang Seng China Enterprise Index, which is the H-share index here in Hong Kong. It has also done well, but has lagged the Chinese A-share market. Followed by the red line, which is the HSI, the Hang Seng Index, has done well, but clearly can't compare with the A-share market's performance or volatility. And the line right at the bottom there, that's the MSCI All Country World. So if you look at the global marketplace compared to the Asia index, global stocks have been much less volatile, and they certainly can't compare with China in terms of delivering the returns over the last year. Many people here, as well as investors I talk to, are concerned about valuations. You know, valuations in China after the recent plunge are actually quite reasonable. They're on 22 times PE, forward PE. For the H-share index, it's 16 times, and Hang Seng is about 17 times, and MSCI World is about 16 times. So there's still a bit of a premium in the A-share market, but that premium has contracted quite a bit in the recent weeks. Now, many people link the stock market performance with the general liquidity in the economy, and of course, one of the main indicators of liquidity is bank lending. Now, this graph shows you China's loan growth, which is the green line that's shooting right up. So you can see in the last 5-6 years, loan growth was pretty stable, around 14-15%. But since the fall of 2008, November, December, till now, loan growth just surged, basically culminating in the first half loan number of 7.4 trillion RMB. That's 52% of China's first half GDP. And loan growth, of course, went from 15% in the last several years to about 35%. In July, loan growth came off a little bit on a sequential basis. Compared to June, loan growth, new loans, actually fell by some 77%. But on a year-over-year basis, this year, July, compared to 2008, July, the number is still up 33%. So this is one of the reasons why the stock market in China has been so volatile, because it is reacting to the much below, to the loan growth number in July, which is below expectations.